Welcome to this week's edition of the Central Arkansas Football Report, along with head coach Clint Conk. I'm Justin Aker. The Bears come here to Tennessee and unfortunately come up a little bit short against the Skyhawks, 24-23. Coach, you came in ranked 7th. You're coming off an emotional loss at Colorado last week, a very physically and emotionally draining game, and didn't really come out on point tonight for this game.
Well, no excuses. I mean, yeah, we had a tough loss last week. We needed to play better, but we had an opportunity to come back and redeem ourselves and really challenged our team throughout the week, particularly towards the end of the week and in pregame about coming out with a lot of energy and on point, and we did exactly the opposite of that and dug ourselves a hole that unfortunately was insurmountable and we couldn't get out of. Now I'm very proud of how we competed and the energy level in the second half, but too little, too late, and our team is trying to find an identity and the leadership, a lot of intangible aspects of our team. But at the end of the day, it comes down to blocking and tackling and execution. And, I really felt like, and I told our team this, the team that was the most physical tonight would be the team that would win. And Tennessee Martin, give them credit, was the most physical football team on this field tonight, and they won the football game.
Well, the Bears certainly faced some long odds in this one, but they did give themselves a chance to win at the end. We'll show you the highlights from the first half coming up.
Your 2013 Central Arkansas Football Report is sponsored by AT&T, Baptist Health, and Crane Automotive.
Front row?
Okay, I'm jealous.
AT&T introduces the Nokia Lumia 1020. Capture every detail with brilliant zoom at 41 megapixels. Get it only from AT&T with no down payment.
Arkansans rank Baptist Health first for overall quality. You've named us the leader for women's health, for orthopedics, for heart, for rehabilitation, and for state-of-the-art technology. And with over 175 access points across the state, we can provide the highest level of care close to you. The most preferred nurses, the most trusted doctors, the best overall reputation. Baptist Health, all our best.
Welcome back. And Coach, we talked about, again, physically, you did lose some players and had some guys dinged up, and I know trying to get guys healthy was probably as important this week as it was getting ready for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, of course, Amari Wallace, redshirt freshman, nickelbacker, experienced a season-ending injury, and he had surgery on Tuesday, and he's on the mend, but unfortunately we won't have him for the year. And then a really tough blow, starting corner, Dominique Brown, a senior from Galveston, Texas, had knee surgery, and he's out for the season as well. And in this game, we lost Dylan Winfrey, and his status will be unknown moving forward, but it looks like it'll be an extended period of time. So we've really taken some hits in the secondary, and we came in hobbled up, but we're not going to make any excuses. At the end of the day, we just didn't play well enough to win, and we didn't coach well enough to win.
Had a couple of offensive linemen that returned off of suspension, and I know the run game certainly didn't have much of that last week, and I know you were looking to try to improve on that this week and going forward, but again, some difficulty moving the ball on the ground this week.
Well, very spotty, and again, it goes back to assignment football, the physicality of knocking people off the ball and working your angles. I thought our backs ran hard, in particular, Matthews and Beasley, but we turned people loose several times, and just not a lot of confidence right now moving forward in our run game.
Bears won the toss and elected to defer, and good coverage here on the opening kickoff. And Jay Stinker in again for the second straight week, Coach, and a nice job kicking off, I thought.
I thought he did a credible job. Right here, the opening drive, Tennessee Martin's going to take this in 10 plays, go 70 yards, and eat up 4 minutes on the clock. And I think the theme that you're going to see is that their big back, McNeil, finished runs. And Favre, the quarterback here, either broke contain or we didn't take proper angles to keep him, hemmed up.
Yeah, that was a 3rd and long conversion by Favre, unfortunately, and there's another big run by McNeil, and boy, he's a big back that runs downhill.
Well, he runs very, very hard, very, very physical, and we didn't tackle very physical the majority of the night. And, we got a chance right here to get off the field. You'll see a discipline foul. We jump off sides. We give a big free play. We lose contain. Then to make it worse, we give up a touchdown pass. So that's how we started the football game, and the energy wasn't there, the execution wasn't there, and we dug ourselves a hole 7-0 within the first 4 minutes of the game.
Offensively, Coach, in the first half especially, trying to find a rhythm, it just seemed like you guys couldn't quite get into the flow. There's a nice completion to Chase Dixon.
The senior tight end is going to continue to play well for us. The thing that really hurt us throughout the game, and particularly the first half, was the number of penalties we had. Chop block, offsides. I mean, we're running a silent count. How do we jump offsides? I mean, that's just, a lack of focus. But right here, Courtney Whitehead, the sophomore from Athens, Texas, one of his 4 catches on the night. Right here, we can't make their backer miss. They tackle well in space and force us to go for it here, I believe, on 4th down, where I was really in no man's land. Didn't feel good about the field goal, didn't feel good about punting it, and unfortunately we came up short.
Willie Matthews, the last completion, that was the last catch we saw, and he had 7 catches last week, a career high, matched that this week with another 7 catches, so he's doing a good job for you out of the backfield.
Well, he's a weapon. You see right here, ankle tackle. We're nibbling at the ankles, not very good. We allow them to, get the perimeter on us. Once again, no real pressure right here, but completion across the middle.
Yeah, Justin Love came up and actually broke that one up, so nice job there at the very end to break it up. And then this is, I think, the longest run of the night for Matthews, 19 yards on that breakout.
Well, he did a great job of making the safety miss there. They had the box stack, but right here, we just fall off their defensive tackle, and just didn't finish the block. We come back here on a conversion down again to Whitehead. You need to get north-south there, Courtney, but a good job converting. Nice throwing catch right here once again for a first down or short of a first down for Damian Watts, but we come back here on first play of the second quarter on the jet sweep to true freshman Jatavius Wilson from Bastrop. Got a drive going. They force us out of the pocket. Good job by Winrick tucking it and getting positive yardage. But I think we had a chop block on this particular drive and, found ourselves in a long yardage situation. But a great job by John Harrison down it on the 1 yard line.
You got him backed up here, Coach, and actually I think the chop block came on the drive after this, but you do a good job here defensively. You back them up, and then you force them against their own end line to punt it, and he kind of shanks the punt off here, and you guys get great field position. This is where the chop block cost you guys, because you're in business here to get a very close field goal attempt or maybe even a touchdown. Nice catch there by Wilson out there on the right sideline.
Yeah, that was 3rd and maybe 20 yards, and we just jerked the field goal to the right. Those points are very valuable. So we have, we're still down 7-0.
Another missed tackle there, Coach, and again, that was a theme, and after seeing such sure-handed tackling the week before, very disappointing, I'm sure.
Well, again, Matador worked there. I thought penalties, poor tackling, obviously a couple of turnovers, our run fits. Nice tackle there by Dylan Winfrey, the sophomore from Bryant. But, containment and run fits and angles. Right here, this is really embarrassing. Missed tackle there. We let the running back get on the perimeter. And, that's just unacceptable right there. And we've got to get that fixed, or, it's going to be a long year whenever they can just flip one behind the line of scrimmage and run 25 yards for a touchdown.
Nice fight and finish there by Dixon on a short completion. And, again, it's 14-0 at this point. Favre, again, first half especially, causing some issues. Nice finish on the tackle there. But you guys did get that cleaned up a little bit better in the second half.
Well, I thought, we came out with a little bit more motion. Nice tackle there by Justin Herbert. As you can see, it's 6 yards down the football field. And, missed tackle. That would have been a missed tackle, but we do cause the fumble. Unfortunately, we're not able to come up with it. And, the half's going to end here. We're going to hold Tennessee Martin out of the end zone and force him to a long field goal. But, again, containment of the quarterback has been an issue the entire season, and you got to see it again there. Fortunately, the field goal was no good.
Well, and the Bears go down 14-0 at the half. Safe to say that's not the last time you're going to see a running quarterback this season. So again, hopefully a learning experience for your team going forward.
Well, we need to learn in a hurry. We're not playing very consistent, very good football for 60 minutes. You see flashes of great defense, great special teams play. You saw the 19-yard run there by Matthews, where makes a man miss, and of course, we can pitch it and catch it a little bit, but we've got to learn how to play the entire 60 minutes and not just 30 minutes. And until we do that, then we're going to be in struggles week in and week out, because this level of football, there's too much parity. Tennessee Martin's a really good football team. Big back, big receiver, dual threat quarterback, big offensive line, very kind of unorthodox on defense, and they're going to win a bunch of games this year. But we're going to see as good or better each and every week, starting with Missouri State next week and throughout our conference. So we've got a lot of work to do. It was not a very good half of football. We were fortunate to only be down 14-0, but we did regroup and make it interesting in the second half.
Well, the good news is that this is a real rarity. I mean, to be blanked in the first half is the first time it happened in 7 years. So, I mean, it certainly is a unique situation, and hopefully we don't see that again this year. So Bears offensively got things going a little bit better in the second half, and we'll take a look at those highlights coming up.
This is my home, and here's my hot water heater, located right above my living room. And here's the mess it made when it leaked. Really leaked. Kind of throws off the ambiance, don't you think? Well, I stayed calm and called the experts at All Clean Restoration, so here it is. My living room before the water damage, and my living room after. Or as I like to think, my living room before All Clean, my living room after All Clean. All Clean Restoration, proudly serving all of Arkansas.
Welcome back. Second half highlights now, and the coach last week at Colorado got off to a great start with a big return. Unfortunately, had to settle for a field goal, but looking for something good here. Comes in a little different way, but a mistake by their kicker. He knocks it out of bounds, and you guys start out with great field position.
Well, I think that's the benefits of having two excellent returners and big plays already, but positive field position, good throw and catch right there. And then, this is what we're missing in our offense, is the big play opportunity and a great throw and catch to junior Desmond Lewis from Mesquite, Texas. And then Willie Matthews, I believe his first rushing touchdown of the year, the junior from Memphis, Tennessee, coming back home. And it was good to get Willie in the end zone, and a good first drive to start the game in the second half.
And we didn't see much from Des in the first half. I know he was still trying to come back, maybe from a little bit. I think he had a turf toe from last week, but good to see him kind of get in the flow to start the second half, and a guy that you did lean on heavily in the final two quarters.
Well, we allow him to hit the pop pass across the middle. That was on a second and long play. Excellent job right there by Markeith Gaines, a senior from Mobile. I think he is playing really, really hard right now, really, really powerful. Although right here we lose contain, and we allow Favre to get out. And again, he makes you miss if you're not playing with balance. And we didn't play with a great deal of balance tonight.
Winrick trying to buy time with his feet here, and a big ball here. Looked like a miscommunication with the receiver.
Yeah, the receiver quit running, and again, we've got some youth and inexperience at receiver. We got to get this young man on the ground, which we do, but I do think this sequence right here was a real critical sequence in the game. They're just about down in our red zone, and tackle for loss there by Derek Floyd, the sophomore from Lake Dallas, Texas. Just a real critical sequence. Sacked there by Gaines.
And knocked him out of field goal range, which is
Knocked
great.
him out of field goal range, and we got to hold up here on third down. Once again, though, we lose containment, and we give him a chance to just about picked it there. Now he did pass the line of scrimmage, but I believe that was a fourth down play. Come back on the outside zone read, pick up a few yards there. but we're forced to punt. And then this was a poorly executed play right here, and this really hurt us at the time. A net of 14 yards on a rugby punt, and again, not very good. Miss a run fit, and you can see yards after contact. Their back, McNeil, did a heck of a job. We don't touch him till he's 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. Wellmaker, the true freshman from Lake Charles, runs him out of bounds. Good coverage right here by Peters, the senior from Dangerfield, and we do force a Tennessee Martin field goal.
Now that field goal, a 7-play, 46-yard drive, and again, forcing them to settle for 3 after the field position. I guess some small victory there. Nice run out here by
Winfrey.
Yeah.
Good job there. We come back here on the tag package to Desmond Lewis, one of his, I believe, 9 catches on the night or 7 catches on the night.
7.
Yep, good job by Desmond. Again, we come back to him on a quick screen. And, we got linemen kind of creeping out there. We need those guys to go explode and throw their bodies around. Good run again by Matthews on the zone read. Now we're on the plus side of the field, and we come back. Nice catch by Lewis. So now we had a little bit of rhythm going, but unfortunately not able to secure points. And whenever you get down on the plus side of the field, we come inside. And, again, we're trying to tackle at the ankles. And that's just not going to get it done. I mean, quality football teams hit people in the mouth. They run their feet through, and we just didn't get that done on a consistent basis tonight.
Hey, Clay back there with another nice, did a good job catching the punts at least. Didn't have a lot of opportunities to return, but very solid punt catcher. And another catch there by Damian Watts, who had a career night, 9 catches for him, Coach.
Yeah, 9 catches over 100 yards. We come back to Lewis. Good job. Or maybe that's Watts right there. Is that Lewis? It's Watts. Good job by Watts. Right here, we thought their young man was offsides. We're just trying to get rid of the football right here, and unfortunately, we're forced to punt again.
Well, this play actually worked out pretty well for the Bears. A very high punt. Got up in the lights, and their man is not paying attention to it, and it bounces right into the hands of a Bear. I believe that was Carl Brady that came up with the recovery. So you guys are in business, deep in their territory, waste no time. Little delay pattern here by Chase Dixon. Nice throw and catch. He fights his way into the end zone, and you cut the lead back to 3.
Yeah, and I thought we showed some competitiveness in the second half and some energy, but again, just not clean. The miscommunication on the interception. This play hurt us, and this is not going to be the last time we see this play throughout the season. But a good job here of bottling up Favre on the run.
Was Markeith Gaines getting up in a hurry?
Yeah, they hurt us there on the fake screen, and we played a little bit of man coverage, and they made us pay.
Nice job there, batted down. I believe that was T.J.
T.J. Randall, yep, the junior from Kansas City. Saw some of his family before the game. Good job of rallying up, but this was a 3rd and short. They converted, and then we bring some pressure, and we let the receiver get inside. And again, that's a fundamental breakdown. Whenever we play man coverage, the one place we cannot let the receiver go is to the middle of the field, and that throw and catch, really hurt us right there.
Return here. This is Jatavius Wilson. He's trying to get loose, and he does. Gets around the end. So again, good
starting,
field position.
Good starting field position. A true freshman. Winfrey's hurt at this time, so we're going with Jatavius. Good throw and catch right here. Good read by Smothers. Good job right here by Murphy again. I believe this was a conversion down. And then this is just a spectacular individual effort on the slant, reverses field, sidelines my friend. And Damian Watts, the junior from Texarkana, gets his first collegiate touchdown. And now we got us a really good football game.
Yeah, it looked like a fairly innocuous play, and he turned it into something special there. And then how about this play by Markeith Gaines? An unbelievably physical play, forcing McNeil backwards, and that's saying something. And you put them behind the sticks there, and you guys get the ball back. Inside screen there to Des Lewis again, and then another nice little throw and catch to Willie.
Well, they had 5 minutes to go. I took a timeout. Our timeouts down on the defensive side of the football. to get the ball back. And, again, just, probably should have checked out of that play. Two high safeties. We hadn't seen a whole lot of that, but we do have them backed up after the unsportsmanlike penalty. It just looked like right here we lose contain, and so how many seconds does that allow him to run around back there?
Yeah.
That might have been the difference in us running one more play at the end of the game.
He ended up kicking the field goal here. We'll see it here. Again, Wilson with a return, trying to get some yardage, getting what he can. Stayed on his feet here. But, yeah, I think he had 7 seconds maybe when you kick the field goal. If he had 10 seconds, you maybe try to run another play and pick up another 5-10 yards.
Absolutely. So, again, it's just our football IQ's not exactly where it needs to be. Great job of driving the ball to Lewis. Gets us down to the 25. We got a shot, and we have a leak on the left side. And their very fine defensive end, blocks the kick on the last play of the game. Ironically, Justin, in 2005, we came down here and got beat 35-34 and missed a field goal on the last play of the game. So winning here has been difficult. 1-point losses both times, and the inability to execute, field goal situations. Now, I know I'm sounding a little bit negative here. I'm disappointed in the loss, but there were some really good individual performances. I really thought Damian Watts, Markeith Gaines, I thought times, Willie Matthews running the football, catching out of the backfield. Our special teams, really and truly outside of the 14-yard punt, then the blocked field goal, but we're not doing it consistently. And until we do it consistently, we're going to be in these type games and we're going to struggle, whether it be penalties, missed tackles, poor tackling, angles, containment, drop passes, miscommunication. So we've got a lot of work to do.
No doubt about it. Well, let's take a look at our play of the game before we take our next time out. We're going to go back to that Watts touchdown, Coach.
Yeah.
And again, a pretty simple move. He gets it, one move inside, kind of gets everybody on their heels, and then up the sideline he goes.
Well, one of my favorite sayings is sideline's our friend. The bad guys are in the middle. And ran a great route on the slant. Smothers drove it in there. Damian, had the wherewithal to put his foot in the ground, get to the sideline, and had just enough burst to go 42 yards for a touchdown. And that really energized our sideline.
Well, we'll take a look at our players of the game coming up in just a moment. Stay tuned.
If you're coming to Conway for football, get ready to put your game face on. For shopping, dining, accommodations, and more, come for football. Stay to play. Learn more at conwayarkansas.org.
Zaxby's, indescribably good.
Time now to take a look at our players of the game, and I guess, Coach, a little bit of teasing ahead there. You kind of mentioned both those guys, but certainly, we saw them again and again in the highlights, very deserving. But on offense, we're going to go with Damian Watts, a career night, 9 catches, 115 yards, and a very spectacular touchdown.
Well, it's very obvious that, Watts played very fast, very physical, caught the ball well, 9 catches, as you mentioned, 42-yard. I was glad to see him get in the end zone. Damian's worked really, really hard throughout the offseason and the summertime and throughout camp. He wants to be good. He thinks about football all the time. He's committed to football. He's an excellent student off the field. And it makes me feel really good for him that he was able to come out here and execute and play championship football at his position. So the offensive player of the game will be Damian Watts.
And then defensively, Coach, I think this is the second week in a row that we've gone with Markeith Gaines, who has just been, he is dominant, for much of the night. He's a very physical guy, and he's causing a lot of havoc.
Well, he had 5 total tackles, 2.5 tackles for loss, a sack and a half. We had other individuals that had double-digit tackles, but there was no one player on the defensive side of the football that impacted the game like he did at the line of scrimmage. Now, he wasn't always right, lost contain and maybe a run fit every now and then, but as far as playing physical and playing powerful, there's no question that Gaines had a big impact on the game tonight.
Now, another non-conference game for the Bears tonight, and we talked a little bit about this week. about what they're looking for in their non-conference schedule and planning ahead and some goals for the future.
Well, non-conference games are very important. When we talk to our players about our goals, obviously winning seasons and competing for championships and then certainly postseason play, it's always been our belief here, and I think our players have the buy-in to this, is that the more success we can have in the non-conference schedule, it just certainly gets us very prepared for the challenges that we're going to face at home and on the road, during conference play. And then certainly, if you do well in the non-conference part of your schedule, and then the conference portion, if you get the automatic bid, then you're in the postseason. But if you have a highly successful season in both facets of your schedule, then you're looking at playing into December and maybe January, and that's obviously our goal. These games are very important because not only for the wins that they provide your team and the momentum that you get in the non-conference portion of your schedule leading into conference play, but also to recruiting and as far as other FBS schools that may be outside of our recruiting footprint, kids just want to play on the big stage every now and then, and certainly Colorado provided that for us last week.
Well, the Bears are still away from the den for another week, Coach, so to speak. You guys have been road warriors, so after 2 weeks on the road, you take another week on the road. The good news is the following week is a week off, but it is going to be no bargain this week against a very talented Missouri State team, a team that lost a heartbreaker to Murray State, a team that you guys played in the Ohio Valley last year. But tough trip up there last time around, speaking of tough trips, and I know, again, a huge week for your team to try to get back on the winning ways.
Well, we got to see, where we are from an injury perspective, and again, that won't be an excuse. We're going to put the 11 healthiest, best bodies we can on the field, and we knew that this was going to be a tough 3-week stretch. We could make it a little bit easier on ourselves by executing better. But we've got to have a good week of practice. I mean, the focus on us this week has to be about us. Has to be about tackling better, about blocking better, about being more physical. We've got a lot of work to do, but certainly you can see at times the spark in this football team. And it's my job to make sure that we come out with a lot of energy and on point, and not a sense of entitlement, and be ready to play. And we got to go on the road next week. It is what it is. And Missouri State hasn't won a game. They've lost a couple of close ones. So. We've got our work cut out for us, but we need to make a big step in improvement in fundamental football to put ourselves in a position to win and get that first road win this year.
Yeah, good crowd here tonight, Coach, for folks in purple, and certainly the Missouri State trip, a pretty close trip as well, so I'd love to see a lot of UCA fans out there for that game as well. And we will join you next week to recap it. Hopefully a big win for Central Arkansas next week on the Central Arkansas Football Report.
Your 2013 Central Arkansas Football Report is sponsored by AT&T, Baptist Health, and Crane Automotive.
Arkansans rank Baptist Health first for overall quality. You've named us the leader for women's health, for orthopedics, for heart, for rehabilitation, and for state-of-the-art technology. And with over 175 access points across the state, we can provide the highest level of care close to you. The most preferred nurses, the most trusted doctors, the best overall reputation. Baptist Health, all our best.
It's the model year end closeout at the Giant Crane Buick GMC.
The 13s have to go, so get our largest savings of the year on Acadia, Terrain, Verano, and LaCrosse.
Right now, new GMC Terrain start for just $23,995. Get discounts up to $6,000 off new Acadias and Enclaves, and new Buick Veranos start at just $19,995. Plus, the all-new 2014 GMC Sierra has arrived.
And you'll get the Crane commitment, including a 100,000-mile warranty.
It's the model year end closeout at the Giant Crane Buick GMC exit 127 in Conway.